Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the St. Mark's Kids Chat. Couple of announcements before we get started. There was a few things that we handed out at our Fall Family Fun Day, which was on Saturday. If you were not able to make it there with your kiddos, we have some things that you can swing by the church and pick up. The first is this little Christmas Hidden Pictures activity book. It has, it's like a fun coloring book where it has a whole bunch of hidden things in here that you can find on the page. It's lots of fun. We also made for you guys something that you can put together at home. This is a little paper advent chain. So it has a little star at the top, and then you add a new loop each day, starting on the first day of Advent. It's kind of like a countdown until Christmas. And then we also have an Advent calendar that we will be handing out to everybody as well. So if you didn't get a chance, swing by the church and pick it up, or you can call the church office and they can mail it to you. So let's get into our lesson. So we are in Genesis chapter 21, verses 1 through 6, and it's all about the story of when Isaac was born. So do you guys remember who Isaac is?
Yeah.
Who's Isaac?
Isaac is Abraham's son.
Abraham. Yes, Abraham and Sarah's son. So finally they had a baby. And how old were they? Do you guys remember how old they were? They were old, right?
100.
Yeah. Abraham was 100 and Sarah was 90 years old, right? So remember last week when we talked about those 3 visitors that came and visited Abraham, and they told them, they said, I'm going to come back in a year and Sarah's going to be 90 years old and you're going to have a baby of your own flesh and blood. So do you remember what Sarah's reaction was to that?
Sarah laughed.
She did laugh. And did you know that it's kind of interesting that if you, the name Isaac actually means he laughs. That's what that means. Isaac, the name Isaac means he laughs. So, which is kind of interesting because, you know, Sarah at the time, she kind of had like a disbelieving laugh, like a nervous laugh, right? Like, wait a minute, I'm going to have a baby at 90 years old. It was almost like she couldn't believe it, right? So,
but also she was like,
that's
impossible.
Well, yeah, I mean, right, but are things impossible for God? No, exactly. So Sarah had that nervous, disbelieving laughter. But when Isaac was born, he brought a whole different kind of laughter, right? He brought that joyful laughter. Like, you guys have probably seen little babies, right? They're so cute when they're born, like when Max was born and when Sawyer was born. You guys brought so much joy and laughter to our lives. And so that's why they named him that, was he laughs because everyone was kind of just like in this joyful laughter that Isaac was born. He was such a gift. So speaking of gifts, I want you guys to come have a seat here down here, and we're going to do a little activity about gifts. So I'm going to bring our little camera down here. Alrighty. And I have this little cup of water right here. Okay. So, and what we're going to do is we are going to show you this little gift right here. Okay. Do you see this little present, right? Mm-hmm. So, Isaac was a gift, right? Was Isaac a gift? Can you come in here, Sawyer? I can't quite see you. Okay. So Isaac, he was an amazing gift. Why was he an amazing gift? Why do you think?
They didn't think that they would actually have a kid, but they did.
They did, exactly, right? And so did they think that this gift of a child would come at such an old age?
No.
No, right? I mean, but it happened, right? And so this gift, of Isaac was, seen through, at first, a lens through Sarah, as she was kind of laughing nervously, right? Last week when we talked about that in our lesson, she was a little bit nervous. But God, sees Isaac as a gift in a different way, right? Mm-hmm. In a much different way. He is an amazing gift. So what I want you to do, I want you to take a look at this picture, right? Mm-hmm. Do you notice that the bow is on this side right here?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Max, move your elbow over just 1 second. Sorry, why don't you come into the frame over here? Can't quite see you. Watch the present as I bring it over here towards the water. So keep watching it. Keep watching it.
Whoa.
What do you notice?
It went to the other side.
It went to the other side. So let's do that one more time. Which side is the present bow on?
That one.
This side. And then watch it as we go into the water.
It goes to the other side.
It goes to the other side. So this just reminds us that sometimes we see gifts differently than the way God does, right?
Mm-hmm.
So God saw Isaac as an amazing gift. And eventually, you know, Sarah and Abraham saw him as such an amazing gift too. But at first they were like, wait, what's going on? Like, what do you mean I'm going to have a baby at 90 years old or 100 years old for Abraham, right?
Mm-hmm.
That was pretty amazing. So sometimes, you know, like Sarah, she was a little nervous at first. Like, what do you mean I'm going to be this old to have a baby? But then she realized once Isaac was born that how much of an amazing gift he really was,
I'm
right?
going to try doing it with my hand.
You can try doing it with your hand?
Oh.
Whoa, look at that. Pretty cool, huh? So let me ask you something. Isaac was a son who was a gift, right? Can you think of another person who was a gift to us? Can you think of, or even just in general, in your life, who was a gift to you? Who was a gift, who's a person to you? Max is your gift? Aw, that's so sweet. That's so sweet. And so what about somebody else? Let me give you a hint. It was also somebody who was born, right? And it's also someone who we read the Bible about. And it's also someone whose birthday is next month in December. Can you think of?
Jesus.
Jesus. Yes, exactly, right? So Jesus was such a gift to so many people. And at first, you know, we didn't really know, like, how much of a gift he really is, right? So we sometimes just don't see what God's plans are, you know, with Jesus, right? But how is Jesus a gift to the whole world?
He died on the cross, saved us from our sins.
Exactly, right? But did we see it that way at first when he was first born? Did we know? We didn't know, right? So, that's how they didn't quite know how much of a gift Jesus was also going to be. And so we just need to remember that God gives us amazing gifts. So let's apply this also to our life in general, right? Like, I'm going to cover your face up here just a minute, Max. So see these things right here? This is like our morning chore chart, right? Can you see how the everyday things in our life can also be a gift? So what about like having to make your bed in the morning? How can we see that as a gift? What do you guys think?
That it actually looks nice.
That it looks nice, or that you actually have a bed to sleep in, right? So what about like, I don't know, brushing your teeth? That's kind of a chore, right?
To make sure your breath doesn't...
that your breath doesn't smell, right? Or that maybe you have clean, healthy teeth so that you don't get cavities, right? Mm-hmm. So if we can see that there's so many gifts, it doesn't have to be necessarily like a gift, you know, like a Christmas present or anything like that, right? So gifts also come in different forms. They come in the form of everyday things like this, where we realize how gifted we really are with everything in our life.
Packing your lunch.
Packing your lunch so that you have something to eat, right? Mm-hmm. And then we also see that people are a gift, right? Like you guys are a gift, right? From God to us. And Jesus is also our gift, okay? So I want you guys to keep that in mind as you go out there and remind everybody just how much of a gift Jesus is to us. Okay, everybody. See you later. Bye. Bye.